What's going on, everybody? I'm out here. I'm working on the head. Just got all the valve stem seals removed. I'm gonna clean up the valves a little bit and probably relap them because I'm gonna run stock valves for now. I did get the port work done on the head. About to go in, get my plug. So I can get this guy right there, that hole. That's what you need plugged when you're doing a LSV or a B20V. So with that said, I am going to get ready to tap that hole, put some Loctite on my plug, and get it in there. After I clean the hole out, of course. Alright, so if you're looking at the head, where your cam gears would be, number one, go over to cylinder 4 on the head, intake side, that hole there. That's the one you're going to plug. And then here, that's going to come out. That's going to get a fitting put in there. So when you put your sandwich plate on the block, you put a fitting in the sandwich plate and run your line up to there for your oil feed. Alright, so the LSV kit that I went with is the Golden Eagle. It's costly, but I mean, you get what you pay for. So comes with everything you need, you know, head gasket, the dowel pins for the head, for the LS block, the B16 or GSR head. Comes with a tap. Comes with 2 plugs. Which the one, you know, I might actually leave out so I can run my manual gauge for my oil pressure. Man, I wish I would have brought my little attachment screws on there and whoop. Alright, so it's a new day. Got the head. I took it to the shop, cleaned it, did some final touches to it and whatnot. Got the old, what was left of the old intake gasket off. Got it prepped so I could clean it. Got all the shavings blown out of the oil port. So I don't have to worry about that traveling through my oil system. Because when you tap this hole for the plug on the bottom of the head, you will have shavings in your oil passage in the head. And the Vtec solenoid isn't on it. So I blew it out through there. Through the hole where the plug is, where you're going to have to put your fitting to run your stainless steel braided line down to the sandwich plate. And also blew it out where I tapped the hole. Alright, so everything's nice, clean. I'm going to get my plug in it, put red Loctite on it so it don't come loose or leak. I want to get my valves lapped, which I got them, took them to the shop, and I cleaned them up real good. Because these are stock valves. I'm just using stock valves. Nothing too major. One day I'll upgrade. I'll build another head and swap it out. And retune. But for now, this will work for what I want to do with it. Alright, so I got the valves all lapped, cleaned up, ready to rock. Now, it's time to get my Vtec dual valve springs installed. I got new valve stem seals. I just put them in. So I'm going to wipe down the valves, make sure I get all that grinding compound off, because you don't want to get that in there and mess up your valve guides and your new valve stem seals. So I'm going to do that. And yeah, get ready to get these bad boys in there. That way my head will be pretty much complete and I can get it set on the short block and make it a long block. Alright, so after you get your valves all cleaned up, wiped down all nice, with all that grinding compound for the lapping, get you some high quality murder oil. Some murder oil. Yeah. No, just some motor oil. Rub it on your valve stem. That way when you're going through your valve stem seal, you don't rip or nick anything when you're pushing it through. And I like to twist mine a little bit as I'm pushing it in. It goes in easy. So next, time to get these Vtec dual valve springs in. Alright, gonna get that spring collapsed, get my keepers in, and move on down the line. What I like to do, I'll move from here, I'll jump over, do that one, and then that one. Then while it's still screwed down on that one, I'll take this, move it over to this hole. That seems to be the fastest. Alright, so I'm going to show you guys a little quick trick on how I like getting these down in there. That's the keeper, but I'll stick it to the end of the screwdriver that I magnetized to get it down in there, since you have that small space to work with, and it makes it easy for me, you know. Put that thing back on the magnet. I'm gonna get this ready so I can finish up this exhaust side and bust out the intake.
I passed out on my CRX for a little bit with Lucy in the car. But the car's here.
Alright, so the head's all done. It's did up. Got the new, well, I got the valves lapped. Got the new valve stem seals in. Everything's clean. Got the Vtec valve springs are in. Just finished that up today. I got halfway through it last night. So now I'm out here in the garage re-prepping the block. Got my Golden Eagle head gasket. I copper sprayed it. They say you don't have to, but I like a double reassurance. So yeah, time to get these ARP head studs in, let this copper spray dry, and get ready to get this head made it with the block. I'll hang that up. Alright, before you put any bolts in, make sure you clean out your holes. And if you have any liquid in there, make sure you get the liquid out of the holes. So I'm going to turn this block over one more time. I hit it out with air, but I can still see a little bit down there. And what that would do, that would create a pocket. And possible, either pull your head bolt hole threads out. It could crack your block, or you could snap a bolt or stud. Alright, when you're doing an LS Vtec conversion, get the B18C1 ARP head studs. Alright, so when you're setting this up to get ready to put your head gasket on, your dowel pins, they go on the outer sides. If you're running the LS head, looks like it has a spot there or even back there for it. But the small end goes in first, and the outer is the bigger end. And if you look here on the head, that's where it would go there. And this is your exhaust side, and there's your other one. I'm gonna wipe this down, get my head gasket set on the block, and get ready to set this. Alright, and then when you put your head gasket on, make sure up says up, and everything should be good. Alright, I got the head on. Now all I gotta do is torque it, and she'll be good. Gotta remember, when I get the cams out of what's in the Del Sol, because them are ITR cams, and then we're going in this, I have to remember I need to get that port to put in that. Those two are there. I need that one. And I think that's it. If you don't have that, you won't have Vtec. And I like Vtec. But I'm going to find my torque wrench and get this thing torqued. I want to do 4 sequences. 20, 40, 60. Then the final is going to be 80. And I like to give it a few minutes in between, because as you're torquing down your bolt, it starts to stretch. Well, when it stretches, it heats up from the friction, and if you let it sit for a few minutes and then go back and torque, you're less likely to snap a stud. Alright, so I lied. I'm on a roll, so I'm going to continue on with it. This came in my Golden Eagle kit. You know, it's expensive, but you get what you pay for. You know, same thing with, like, you know, the Golden Eagle head gasket and whatnot. That's part number for that guy. Hell yeah. Bam. I'm gonna get that thing on. Here's my plugs I was talking about. I'll show you the part number first before I rip it out of the pack. So 11107-PK2-003. Alright, and that's what that looks like. That's going to go there. So, shabam. I'm going to get them tightened in. I got 2 of them. Alright, so I'm just test fitting stuff. I'm running out of camera time, so I think I'm going to leave this video here. Got my sandwich plate on. My line ran up, over, out of the way. I think that's probably going to be my best bet. Only thing, I should be able to run my turbo line. You can see it down there, the hole. That's where my turbo oil feed line is going to come off. And I'm probably going to delete that and put my manual oil pressure gauge in there. But yeah, that's it. I'll just mock that intake up for now and just see how it's going to look. But alright guys. Alright, so if you liked the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. We are making headway now. I'm budgeting it, especially with the coronavirus going around. I know I was wanting to shoot for 22 pounds, but I think I'm just going to run 8 for now, so I don't have to do too many upgrades. I should be able to run stock fuel pump. I'll see what the injectors do and max out on the duty cycle and get this thing, you know, street tuned. And hopefully the stock map sensor works for the 8 pounds. And then, you know, after the coronavirus clears, I'm going to throw, you know, a bigger fuel pump in it, my 1000cc injectors, and a K-tuned 4-bar map sensor, and take it up to Mark Eden's so he can finish doing what he does on a dyno. So stay tuned for the next video. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. You know, the corona, it's going around. It's crazy. A lot of people not taking it serious. I joke about it, but it is serious. So I got the Honda Ronavirus. Built the drive. Check out Young Static, man. He's does some good stuff. So support. Hit that like button. Hit that share button. Hit that sub button if you haven't already subscribed. See ya.